What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wolfpack Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Clemens. Here with me, as always, are my two best friends and two co-hosts, Mike LaPlante and Mike Bonney. What's going on, guys?
What up?
How's it going, y'all?
Long work week, ready to just talk some football with you guys, shoot some shit,
You know it, man. I always love shooting some shit with you guys because, I'm usually right and you guys are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Literally zero chance that. But let's jump right into it, guys. So bad news to kick off the podcast. Travis Etienne has to have Liz Frank surgery, and he is done for the years, guys. It's just terrible news. But it did give some clarity in the Jaguars' backfield now. James Robinson is going to be the guy. So what are we doing with Robinson now in our rankings?
Moving him up.
Not overreacting.
So you're going to put him at the same spot?
No, I'm going to move him up, but I'm not going to overreact to it. I mean, you still got Carlos Hyde in that backfield, going to eat up some of that volume.
That's why I put him at like 15.
Where do you have him, LaPlante?
Let's see. I put him up at the 17th spot. I'm actually higher than you guys.
Nice.
No,
yeah.
I just said 15.
Oh,
15, huh?
Yeah.
15. Yeah, I misheard you on that one. Okay, you can take the top spot on that one. I'm not going to fight you for it.
So who do you have him over right now?
I have
Hold on,
to get to the
I'm pulling up on your thing. I'm pulling it up right now. So
I
you
don't
said
know
you
if
have
that
him
one's
15.
updated.
So did you move Najee Harris down then?
No.
Because
I moved
Najee
Chris
was
Carson
15.
down. I changed that whole thing recently once I heard about Etienne.
Okay. Yeah, I have him at 19 in my rankings now, right behind DeAndre Swift and J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I got him. I couldn't put him ahead of my boy Mike Davis. I just couldn't.
Why? He's going to get like the same workload he had last year.
I just said there's
maybe
Carlos
a little
Hyde
bit less.
There you go.
Hyde.
You got a new coaching staff in Urban Meyer. You don't know what he's going to do with them. They obviously didn't like him enough to draft Travis Etienne in the first round on a rebuild.
They got Etienne to make a big play. Carlos Hyde still can't do that.
And Mike Davis, I think, is going to be on a better offense.
If anything, this helps Shenault.
Definitely helps Visca, that's for sure. I agree 100% with you there, Ike.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get a lot of more of those end-around works and the touches behind the line of scrimmage.
And his slot is there.
Yeah, I was just going to say Etienne was probably going to get some work in the slot, and now Visca is probably strictly going to be in the slot, which is good. And he probably should move up in everyone's rankings as well after that.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. We're going to jump into the next thing. The Broncos and Vic Fangio finally announced their starter.
Thank God.
It's going to be Teddy Bridgewater. Ike, is that who you wanted?
Yes.
I think
Last
it's
year he supported 3. I don't know why he couldn't do at least 2 this year, Cortland Sutton and then Jerry Judy. I actually like Jerry Judy a lot this year.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Judy too. LaPlante, what do you think?
I didn't like Judy coming into the year because you had Drew Lock, inconsistent ass fucking throwing him the ball. But now that you got a steady floor in Teddy Bridgewater, he supported 2 1,000-yard receivers last year, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and then you had Curtis Samuel, who almost also had 1,000 yards if he wasn't, being handed off the ball in the backfield. Mm-hmm. So I think Judy gets the biggest bump out of this one. I like Cortland Sutton either way, just because I personally think he's number one.
He seems more like the deep ball threat, and I don't know if
still going to be the number one though. I feel like as the receiver, he may not be the number one option, but he's going to be the number one receiver.
And DJ Moore was kind of the big play guy for Carolina last year, and he was still fine under.
Oh yeah,
Jared Judy's going to have that DJ Moore role.
Yeah, it's I like the Bridgewater move a lot. The only person
for them winning.
Yeah, definitely they're going to win more. I wanted to ask you guys, because when Teddy was in Carolina, obviously the tight end position was non-existent there. Is that something that's going to happen with Denver as Teddy, or do you think that was more of a scheme thing in Carolina? I mean, Noah Fant is obviously better than Ian Thomas.
I think that's what. I think it's just because Ian Thomas couldn't get open, maybe.
Do you think Fant takes a hit, LaPlante? Sorry, I had to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're fine. I don't know. I'm more worried about this little ankle injury he's got lingering because they weren't really disclosing much information on that one. And last year he was lingered by an ankle injury. So if that's the same ankle, I don't know if I want to take the risk on him this year. But I do accredit that to probably that Ian Thomas, tight end, disappearing act in Carolina last year. I credit that probably to Matt Rule and that Joe Brady offense. I just don't know if they have the tight end involved that much.
Well, and Ian Thomas is Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
He's just probably just a fucking guy. So
he's just one fucking guy. Two first names. You know how it is when you got two first names. You get treated like Mike Davis. You're boring.
Mike Davis. Jumping over to the next team, the Browns and Odell Beckham. Kevin Stefanski said his quote is, has a much better understanding of the scheme in year 2. It'll increase as we go. It just keeps showing up and lost it. Just keep showing up. That's the guy's battling and he's working very hard. Well, I know Odell's your guy. And
that's why I threw him in here.
We're going to talk about him in a little bit, but he's still your guy, Ike?
I think he'll do fine this year. I'm not saying wide receiver 1. He might be a borderline wide receiver 2, but still.
Sure.
He has the talent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he anymore?
We'll see.
LaPlante, anything to add before we move on?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Baker throws
put him at quarterback, man. He could throw a good ball.
No, that was Jarvis. Remember, that was Jarvis throwing.
Odell did too.
Odell does throw a good ball. Yeah, he definitely does. But jumping into the next thing, another bad news situation. Adam Troutman, who some people thought he had breakout ability this year, he went down with a foot injury in the last game. He's seen a foot specialist tomorrow, so timeline and opinions could change, but the initial belief was 1 to 3 week injury. If it stays 1 to 3 weeks, I guess, but right now I'm not drafting him. You can find somebody else that late.
I'd rather have Zach Ertz.
No.
I agree.
I don't even know if I'd rather have Zach Ertz.
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
I think the only way I'd take Zach Ertz is if he got traded. Only way.
Just wait till he does better than Dallas Goedert.
It could totally happen. And
he could absolutely get more volume than Dallas Goedert, but Dallas Goedert's going to do better than him.
I have a feeling we'll talk about Goddard later.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about tight ends. Next part of news is the Patriots traded Sony Michel to the Rams. The Patriots got a conditional 5th rounder and 6th rounder this year, but it could convert to a 4th rounder next year, pending the compensation picks. So I know we talked about Daryl Henderson last week on the show. How much does your guys' views change on him now? Ike, go ahead.
I dropped Daryl Henderson a little bit, and I'm bringing Sony Michel actually a lot because I think he'll actually do pretty well with St. Louis. I'm not saying above Daryl Henderson just yet, but it could become his job.
LaPlante, what do you think?
Man, I'm upset that Cam Akers got hurt.
Get over it.
I think it's going to eat into Daryl Henderson's load a little bit, but from what I heard from Sean McVay, he said not to expect Henderson's workload to change that much. Obviously, it's going to change because they just traded for Sony Mitchell. But they could see maybe Mitchell just being that insurance policy because obviously Henderson hasn't been showing his best ability is availability, and he is not available most of the time.
Turning his thumb and stuff.
Yeah,
come on.
The thumb's hurt already. That's probably why they made the move. They know he can't. It's hard to say, but you really can't say that he can handle a workload right now. All the workload.
Oh, hey guys, let's take a quick little break and let's help out a fan. He's a small 8-team league, and he's got a question. Y'all rather have Adams or Kelsey in PPR?
Oh boy,
Kelsey, because it's a smaller league and that positional value.
Yeah.
With Travis, we're there in an 8-person league. I'm taking Kelsey all day.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I'd take Kelsey too, because if you're coming back in that second round and you want that potential at a number 1 wide receiver, you got chances at Calvin Ridley. Maybe we got Stefan Diggs, Tyreek Hill fall into that, because the first round is going to be coveted with running backs.
Yeah,
True.
Yep, and even if you wanted a running back on the way back as well, you're still going to get a good one with it being only 8 teams. So you're in a good spot. So yeah, I would definitely hit.
You want that?
hard.
Yeah, you want that positional value with that number 1 tight end every single year in Travis Kelsey.
Yep. And then a couple pieces of news from the Saints. Jameis Winston balled out on Monday Night Football, and he was named the starter. You guys as happy about that as I am?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm very happy. I mean, it's just a matter of who he's going to throw to now.
Honestly, he looks good.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
So did the receiver that caught the – I'm blanking on his name. Could someone help me out?
Marquez Callaway.
Those couple plays he made, wow, holy shit.
Probably bumped him up a little bit in the rankings, just a little bit.
Totally. Well, he's somebody that no one was probably drafting a couple weeks ago.
He was getting drafted as late round flyers for guys.
Yeah, okay, sure.
People that thought he could do it. But now that he's showing it in preseason, you know how preseason goes.
And with Troutman down a few weeks,
Troutman down a few weeks.
Michael Thomas down. Likely done for.
Traquan Smith was dealing with an injury in the preseason.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's very. If you want Marquez Callaway, he's a cheap. Go get him. Jameis Winston ain't afraid to chuck the ball. You've seen this already in preseason. You've seen it when he was in Tampa Bay. He's a great sleeper this year.
But real quick, we didn't really touch on it. Is Jameis draftable now or no? Because last time we seen him have the starting reins of an offense, guys, he was a top 5 quarterback.
Draft him.
Yeah, really, in the top
as your
12?
backup. No, I bet
he
draft him as a backup at least.
Hill in Tampa Bay, man. That Taysom Hill. Sean Payton still is going to plan to use Taysom Hill on the goal line.
Yeah, it's going to be super annoying when they use Taysom Hill.
I mean, if you're running a super,
he's going to take away from Kamara then.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yep.
If you're running a super flex league, I think Winston's a good quarterback to have.
QB2.
QB2, QB3 to have on your team, but he's not worth it in one of your home leagues where you're only running 12 teams. It's not worth it.
Sure.
As a backup.
Yeah, maybe as a bye week fill-in. Maybe he gets a streaming. They do play the Falcons. You know how that defense is.
Just wait till he lights it up, man.
He probably will some weeks. Hopefully he's
and then throw
weeks.
4
but
picks
then,
the next week.
Yeah, there'll be another weeks where he throws 4 picks and.
Come on, man! It's new Jameis. It's LASIK. He can actually see the W he's about to eat.
Yeah.
You see him dancing all crazy too after they won the preseason game and stuff in the locker room. He's kind of a wild cat, man.
I like his energy, man.
An interesting dude. Yeah.
I like his energy, but sometimes it just seems like he's trying too much.
Yeah, maybe a little.
None B.
But you guys feeling like jumping into some wide receiver ranking disputes now, or what?
Absolutely. I got some bones to pick with some of you.
All right. First guy on our list here is Stefan Diggs. I have him as wide receiver 3. LaPlante has him at wide receiver 2. Ike has him at 4, and ECR has him at wide receiver 3. I kind of let you two.
We're super close, so why we do it?
We want to hear why you have the 2 guys ahead of him.
I think he'll be fine, but because DeAndre Hopkins was just as good as him last year, but had like 6 touchdowns, I think. If he could bring his touchdowns up, he's getting past Stefan Diggs, so that's just why I dropped him down.
Do you think he's going to get those touchdowns with Kyler Murray, scrambling around in the red zone, though?
6. He's got to get more than 6.
I mean, Stefan Diggs had Josh Allen running for 9 rushing touchdowns last year, and he still managed to get 8.
For some reason, I feel like Arizona's offense in the red zone, it struggles. If it's not Kyler running it in,
Give it to DeAndre then.
Well, they let him eat from in between the 20s, man. When they get to the red zone, it's like, nah, we're gonna hand it off to Kenyon Drake for 4 straight times and see if it works.
Let's see if Stefan Diggs could do this back-to-back seasons. We know Hopkins can.
Well, I mean, if he keeps the volume up, I mean, he can do it. He led the league in targets last year with 166, and led the league in receptions, and led the league in receiving yards.
And still finished third.
We could agree.
That's because of the touchdowns from Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill.
Not my problem.
All you need, like
you don't think they're gonna regress? Like you think Hopkins is gonna regress? It's gonna positively regress? You don't think that
go from
those other
17 to 11 with Tyreek Hill? That's fine. Still beating Stefan Diggs.
All right, man. Fair enough. Can we agree that Diggs has the wide receiver one upside?
Absolutely. If he gets more share of those touchdowns.
You're shaking your head no, man.
Devontae Adams. How? No.
I said he could. I don't know if
it's
he
possible.
will.
It's absolutely.
No.
No. Okay.
Do you think he'll get 15 plus touchdowns? No.
Probably not. But I doubt
one.
Devontae Adams will get 15 touchdowns again, like he did last year.
Tyreek Hill could.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You need double-digit touchdowns to be wide receiver one, and he's not going to do it.
How many touchdowns? No. How many touchdowns did Diggs have last year?
Michael Plant said 8.
8.
Okay.
Tyreek had 15. Devontae
17.
had 18. Nope, he had 15.
Tyreek had 17, I thought.
He had 17 total. He had 2
okay.
rushing touchdowns.
Gotcha. That little.
Do your research.
No, you do yours.
I did.
All right.
I corrected
Let's move
you.
on.
Yeah, let's move on to the next guy. Let's talk about Scary Terry.
I love this guy, man, and I mean Michael Platt apparently loves him a little more than me. He's ECR wide receiver 11. That's where I got him. LaPlante has him at 10. Like we're disagreed again here, man. You're a low man on the totem pole with wide receiver.
That's fine.
14.
I just think Chris Godwin will do better. I have nothing against Terry McLaurin.
Why do you
not necessarily love the offense?
You think Godwin's going to do better when he's fighting for targets with 2 other people, huh? And Terry is the outright guy there.
Terry, all right, let's just put this in perspective.
Curtis Samuel's still there if he stays healthy.
Yeah, you better hope
Logan
Curtis
Thomas,
Samuel's,
J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, you
still
better be hoping.
You want to hear something? Sorry, Mike. You want to hear something wild about the Washington football team's quarterbacks last year?
Shoot.
You know how many touchdowns they threw last year?
10.
Their whole quarterbacks.
10?
15.
Close, Mike. 16.
Dang, nice.
They threw 16 interceptions. I think Terry scored 6 touchdowns, I believe.
4.
Even better, man. If he doubles that and gets to 8, because let's be real,
he had 134 targets.
Fitzpatrick is so much better than any of those quarterbacks who played last year, Ike.
Oh,
we'll see.
We've seen that Fitzpatrick.
You don't think he could double the? You don't think he could double the touchdown from 4 to 8?
I don't know.
Oh man. Okay. I'm big time high on Terry this year.
Yeah, they call him Scary Terry for a reason. Ike's just scared to rank him higher.
They don't call him Scary Terry. That's Terry Rozier.
You're telling me that Terry Rozier gets more credit than Terry McLaurin?
That's his nickname. You can't call Terry McLaurin that.
And Terry Rozier just got like $97 million. That's
because it's the NBA. They give $40 million to a guy named John Lore.
Yeah, Laurie Marketing gets $67 million for being a bum.
At least it wasn't us paying him.
Yeah, no doubt. But jumping back into fantasy football.
Move on to the next guy.
Next guy on our list is Brayden Nyuk. I am at wide receiver 25, LaPlante wide receiver 29. Ike is the high man on this one, wide receiver 23, and ECR's wide receiver 24.
Tell me why I'm so low, LaPlante.
Thanks, Ike. Yep.
Tell me why I'm so low. Okay, well, he had a great year. I'm not knocking his talent. Don't get me wrong. But that year consisted of George Kittle being out for most of the year, Deebo Samuel being out for most of the year, and you have
Are you really worried about Deebo, though?
Absolutely.
No.
They love giving Deebo Samuel, whether it's handoffs or targets. They love getting him involved because he breaks. You know who leads the league in broken tackles? when he's out on the field.
What's the significance of that?
But they each have. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
But yeah, so the main thing that concerns me with him is Trey Lance. I project Trey Lance to come in and take the starting job at some point, and you know as well as I do, when you get a rookie quarterback, the passing volume isn't the greatest, especially when you have a running rookie quarterback. I'm afraid of the volume. That's all.
I kind of like him with Trey Lance, though.
Me too. I was just gonna say that because Trey's just gonna send that fucking thing,
and he seems to be targeting him in preseason.
But that's preseason.
And that's but that's Ayuk's thing, man. Like my thing is they have defined roles. Debo had the lowest ADOT. One of the lowest ADOTs in the league. Like so they're gonna use him close to the line of scrimmage. That's not Brayden Nyuk. He has his own distinct role. You see what I'm getting at? So he's just going to see a bunch of targets too. Kittle's still going to be involved in the offense, man. But you want to use
going to be the go-to guy for like first downs, big plays, and all that. And Ayuk will do all the rest. Well, some of the rest.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking because George Kittle's the number one target on that team. And if they're not targeting somebody, what are they doing? They're handing the ball off.
Unless Ayuk is the real deal.
Teams they're one of the most run-heavy teams in the league. But yeah, that's why I got him so low. I understand you guys having him up higher. I mean, most receivers, they're breaking out in their second year, and this is his second year, and he showed good showing last year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking it like I got him at wide receiver 25. I'm very happy with him as my wide receiver 3.
You guys want to take another break for a fan that wants a little of our input?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. The Chosen Rose. I like that name. He's got the 12th pick in a 12-team league. He wants to go Eckler and Gibson. If Eckler's gone, then Najee. When I do that, can I get Chris Godwin? Then I can get Chris Godwin and Robert Woods. You think this is a good strategy? Let you go first, Dylan.
If Eckler's there, I love it. I love Eckler. I think we definitely all love Eckler. So
I also love Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, LaPlante's not too fond of Antonio Gibson.
I mean, it's in the realm of possibility that he can have a breakout year. It's just J.D. McKissick likes to hamper that. But I'll be honest with you though, at least my opinion, if Eckler's there, go Eckler Najee and auto pick that all day.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're kind of going to split there. Ike and I are kind of going to go Antonio Gibson, I think, and LaPlante's going to go Najee there. As for the receivers, I like them both, man. I'm higher on Robert Woods with Matt.
I like Robert Woods a lot this year, actually.
Yeah, Bobby Trees with a new quarterback throwing him. Sean McVay just is raving and ranting about how good Matthew Stafford is.
Yeah, that's his guy.
And if we're gonna have Matthew Stafford, having this breakout year for him, there's got to be beneficiaries to it, especially with Cam Akers down now. I mean, maybe it's Sony Michel gets involved into the pass game, but I doubt it.
You bet he is.
But yeah, I love Woods this year. He's a good value. Chris Godwin, I mean, I like him. Don't get me wrong. Just don't. If you have to reach on him, don't do it because you can get somebody. If you really want somebody from that offense, Antonio Brown this year is such a great value from that offense, and you can get him in 8th, 7th round, maybe even the 9th round. But yeah, Robert Woods all day. If you don't have to reach on Godwin, go for it.
For sure.
I don't agree with you guys on taking Gibson over Najee. That's just me.
Fair. LaPlante, take us into our next one.
All right. So our next one here. This one is me and Dylan actually. I thought I had him ranked pretty high, but you guys have him higher than me. We got Juju Smith-Schuster. What do we got? ECR rankings 28. Dylan, you got him at 25.
No, 35. 35.
Oh, yep, I was reading that. These glasses aren't working very well. You got him at 35. I have him at 28. Ike has him at 26. Dylan, explain yourself.
Afterthought in that offense now. He signed a 1-year contract for a reason. I just don't think they're going to use him a whole lot, man. They're going to. I mean, they're going to funnel targets to Deontay Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Like I was talking about distinct roles in an offense. Chase Claypool is going to be the red zone, the deep ball guy, and they're gonna. I believe that they're gonna run a lot of 2 tight end sets this year because after drafting Freiermuth, drafting Najee Harris, their offensive line sucks. So how are you going to help that offensive line? You're going to play a lot with 2 tight ends. So which means if Juju's the slot guy, that leaves him off the field. I want zero part of Juju. I'm sorry.
They've been moving him around in preseason, though. He's not just been in the slot.
I just feel
Aren't you afraid of that?
If there's 2 tight ends on the field, man, I think Juju's the guy off the field. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. I am not touching.
Well, he'll
Juju
switch off with Claypool
anywhere.
I mean, did you know that Juju had more targets than Claypool last year?
Sure, Claypool is also a rookie.
He still got 109 targets.
Sure,
Who, Claypool?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think there's a reason why they didn't get.
Last year.
I just think there's a reason why they didn't give shit money to Juju, man. He's just kind of a guy.
City, bro.
Did you know that Juju had the same amount of touchdowns as Claypool last year, and more targets, and more receptions?
You're talking about a guy who is a rookie, man.
Okay.
And Claypool.
He had more
breakout receivers, man.
he had more receptions than Deontay. Even though Deontay
missed 2 games.
Yeah, and Deontay still had 16
games.
Deontay still had 16 more targets though.
Mm-hmm.
In one less game.
That's just because they funneled Deontay.
Dude, he had like 10 plus in like what, half the games he played in?
I just don't agree with you on your take that he's an afterthought in the offense.
Oh,
I think he's going to be a part of that offense. He's going to be that safety blanket, I think, for Ben Roethlisberger.
They just don't. They don't. To me, they don't value him, or they would have given him more money and showed him more value with that contract.
I mean, they didn't have enough money. They just had to pay Minka Fitzpatrick the bag, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he had 2 wide receivers that are just as good as him. Why would you pay him that much?
And Juju's not. He's not a part of the future.
Yeah,
they just showed you that.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to look at.
I think his targets will go down.
His targets could go down, but you got to look at it too. If it's a 1-year contract, it's a prove it deal. You think he's going to want to go out there and not be involved in the offense? He wouldn't have signed that deal with him if he wasn't going to be involved.
That don't mean they're going to throw him the fucking ball though.
when
Deontay Johnson's going to You're high on Najee Harris, and you're talking about this volume and stuff. You don't think that offense's pass attempts are going to go down? That's going to take a hit on somebody. And why wouldn't it take a hit on Juju?
It's gonna be a more balanced offense, which is going to lead to more efficiency. Mm-hmm. And efficiency for underneath slot receivers is gold. That's what I think, at least.
Okay.
I just think he's the best value coming out of that.
We could argue about this all day long.
Yeah, no, he's
best value in that offense. Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, look where he's going at the ECR.
I'd still rather have Deontay.
Let me look here.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I understand you want Deontay, but Deontay's going in the range of DJ Moore. Are you going to take DJ Moore or Deontay, Ike?
Deontay.
Really?
Yeah.
Your boy last year was DJ Moore. And you're going to flip just like that, bandwagoner, huh?
I'm a little bit low on DJ Moore this year. I don't know about Sam Darnold, man.
You don't know what you're going to get with Darnold.
I don't know.
I'm looking right now at my rankings, and I have Deontay 22 and DJ Moore 16. I need to put that a little closer together,
I mean, this one I could maybe agree with you more on. Deontay or Julio? I'd probably lean Julio. I lied. I would go Deontay on that one.
Yeah, Deontay.
But that makes you think. See what I'm saying? Like, that ECR, that value is just – that's what's killing Deontay's vibe for me.
Right.
But Juju, man, I mean, he's going around people like Kenny Golladay. I mean, I'd rather have Juju.
I agree.
He's going around like people like Jamar Chase. I think I'd rather have Juju. Robbie Anderson is probably the one player, and that's a fan favorite of mine. I'd probably take Robbie Anderson over Juju.
Oh, totally.
But yeah, let's that's enough about Juju. That's a pretty mundane.
Yeah, that was too long on that bum.
Next is about Odell too. Can we make this short?
Yeah, no, we're not making this one quick. This one's your
I don't even want to
Hellraiser.
talk about it.
Come on. You gave up on him that quickly? Just
Let's
like you
go.
did DJ Moore.
Come on.
All right. ECR ranking on Odell Beckham is 25. Ike's the highest on him, 22. Then you got me at 24, and then you got Dylan at 29. I mean, I can honestly go either way. Dylan and Ike, explain yourself.
First off, I may have dropped him a little bit as of my recent rankings, okay? I don't think I'm as a wide receiver 2 now. I think he's like 26. But anyways, I still think he's going to be good. He'll be fine. If he gets to 1,000 yards, there's no reason he shouldn't be in the top 24, 25 wide receivers.
If he's on the field, man, I just hope Baker stops trying to force feed him.
Because
that offense was. I'm not saying that their offense is better without Odell, but it ran better last year without him in the lineup.
You could tell Odell looked lost though in that offense though. Like they were definitely miscuing on a lot of stuff. So maybe another year they can.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
It's almost like Odell and the team almost don't know his role in the offense yet.
Yeah.
That's why we don't know his role either. That's why he scares me.
Is he the deep threat? Is he the underneath guy like Michael Thomas, where he's taking the slants to the house all day, slants all day, or what is he in that offense? Because we know that offense is run first all day, every day with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and they like to run that play action boot. But he's what is he?
Hopefully the target beast.
You would think so. I mean, but you got
how many targets is that realistic?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Like Jarvis Landry
targets, 120.
Landry only got 101 last year.
Yeah, maybe 100. Maybe you're looking at 120. Yeah, I don't know.
You're looking at an offense where Baker did not throw very much, man.
With Odell on the field last year, Baker threw 9 touchdowns compared to 6 interceptions. When Odell was off the field, he threw 11 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Okay.
So just take that to the bank. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, no, the one thing that scares me away from Odell, I guess, the most, and I kind of went with the boring vanilla ranking and kind of went near the ECR. It seems like that offense is just not pass friendly. I mean, you look at the leaders last year in passing. I mean, man, I can't even find Baker right here. He threw it less times than Teddy Bridgewater in Carolina's offense, and I mean, that's insane.
Would you want to pass that much when you have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt?
No, and that's why the offense, I think, is just tailored to the run game. And if you're going to get I guess Odell's best for best ball formats. He's not really good for your traditional week-to-week setting lineups. He's just going to be too inconsistent. But I think that's enough about Odell. Unless, Ike, you want to talk about your boy a little bit more?
Nope.
No, let's move on.
All right, so we got a little rookie special in here. We decided to throw one more ranking in here for a wide receiver. Why not? Give the fans a little bit more entertainment. Devontae Smith, ECR ranking wide receiver 39. I am absolutely the highest on him at wide receiver 34. Then you got Dylan at wide receiver 38. And then Ike, man, just shitting all over him.
Why?
Wide receiver 46.
I mean, I get it, Jalen Hurts.
Dude, I want nothing to do with this Philadelphia offense at all, except for maybe Zach Ertz as a late round guy.
But Devonta looks so fucking good, man. Like
Jalen doesn't.
He's been kind of hit or miss in camp. Yeah, but they said the way that Devonta's route running, man, is just.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's awesome, man. Sweet. Jerry Judy's was just as good.
Like, you almost have him at wide receiver 40.
Yeah. I don't think he's that great.
You don't think so?
I don't think the offense is that great either. And if it is, it's going to be run first. just like it was for your argument with Odell.
Yeah, I mean, there's no argument to that, though, because you got a new coaching staff in Philadelphia. I mean, at least with
So
the
you're gonna
Browns,
air
we
it
know
out
what Stefanski's going to do.
Jalen Hurts?
I mean, they try. I mean, it's different offense, but they tried last year. He had
You
a
can't
bunch of
convince me
errors.
on a rookie who is on a terrible offense that he's going to finish in top 35, whatever. So
I think he's just a great flyer to take late in drafts. Like we talked about it, what was it, last week about Corey Davis. He's one of the cheapest wide receiver ones to get in a draft late. You know, just a late round flyer. He could have over 125 targets. That's kind of how I view Devontae Smith a little bit. And I view the Eagles' offense going to be a little bit better than the Jets. So, I mean,
125 targets. What the fuck?
Number one.
He might. I mean, where are they going?
Is it going to
Goddard, Ertz, Sanders,
Quez
Watkins, Rieger. I mean, this isn't the only guy on the offense.
No, but it is the guy that runs the smoothest and crispest routes, and he's actually probably the only Heisman. Well, no, he's not. Him and Jalen Hurts are the only two Heisman winners. They got that connection from college, man.
And he's the most talented offensive player on the team.
Yeah, more than your shitty Zach Ertz take.
All right, moving on because it looks like Ike's gonna lose his mind.
It's a late round flyer. We don't take it personally, Ike. I hope you don't either.
Oh, it's personal now.
You're not taking him as a late round flyer. You have him at 34 though.
I have him just out. Yeah, just as a wide receiver 2. Wide receiver 3. My bad. Yeah, I'd take him as my wide receiver 3. Absolutely. I think the volume is there. Like if you're looking for a wide receiver 3, late in that mid to late round area. And you're almost, I wouldn't say he's guaranteed 125 targets, but I think he's at least guaranteed almost 100. I mean, they drafted him in the first round. They have to have some sort of a plan for him. It was Nick Sirianni's first draft pick as a coach. I can't see it any other way than him not being the number one target on this offense. But, yeah, no, we're just going to, shit the bed on that one. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. We'll move on.
You have him over like Kenny Galladay, DJ Chark, Antonio Brown. Like
Kenny Galladay is not going to get as many targets. You got too many miles.
Why not?
Too many miles to feed in New York, and you have I don't know if I want Daniel Jones throwing my wide receivers the ball.
No, you definitely don't.
Let's just go. I don't want
to. You don't want to talk about it anymore?
We're going to move on to tight ends, guys. We'll start off with the rookie phenom. Everybody's talking about him. We might as well fucking talk about him, too. I got Kyle Pitts. I got him as tight end 5. I got him at tight end 6. Plant's the highest, tight end 4. ECR at tight end 6. So the plan, you're pretty much saying Kyle Pitts is going to have the best rookie tight end fantasy season of all time. Let's hear it.
I feel like you had that one locked and loaded.
I totally did. I've been waiting to say that for since we
talk
decided
about
we're
it, man.
gonna
Let's go.
episode.
This is all you.
All right. Just like I said, with Nick Sirianni having Devontae Smith being his first draft pick, that's Arthur Smith's first draft pick for the Falcons this year. You've seen when Arthur Smith was back in Tennessee, Delaney Walker was a fantasy relevant tight end. Actually, I mean, Jonnu Smith, fantasy relevant. Remember the guy Anthony Ferkser? He was even relevant for a game or two.
At times, yeah. They didn't use Jonnu as much as you think they did.
They didn't target him as much as they think he did, but he was a part of that offense, whether he was in the backfield or running routes. But I think that's what Arthur Smith, that's the reason why he decided to go with the tight end win now strategy, go with Matt Ryan, because he has a plan for Kyle Pitts, just like he's had a plan for Walker, for Jonnu Smith, even for Ferkser, the one game he had a starting tight end role. Couple that together with Julio Jones being traded away. He's just a target monster. I mean, those targets got to go somewhere. They'll probably, Russell Gage, he's going to have a breakout year, I think, as well.
100 targets last year.
Exactly, but Julio Jones still had, if I had to look at it, Julio Jones had, even with the games missing, he still averaged an insane amount of targets for his game.
Oh, yeah, it's Julio.
Yeah, exactly. So Julio's gone. Those targets have to go somewhere. Calvin Ridley had 143 last year.
Mike Davis will obviously get some.
He's going to get a little. He's going to get involved in the passing game, but he's no Christian McCaffrey. We've seen that last year, and I'm high on him too. I love Mike Davis, but he's not going to get no 100 target season.
Not 100.
He'll get his sprinkled in there. But Kyle
60,
Pitts, it's like the stars aligning for this man right here. Calvin Ridley's going to take number one coverage away all day, every day. You got Hayden Hurst, who's the blocking tight end. Kyle Pitts is going to be spread out into the slot. He's going to take away from Olamide Zacchaeus' role
Great
from
name.
the slot.
Great name. It's a shame he won't be fantasy relevant.
I love Kyle Pitts this year. It's just I ain't taking him over the top three: Kelsey, Kittle, Waller. And I even said it wrong. I want Waller before Kittle. I'm just not taking him before those three. But
how big of a teardrop is that for you? Like, I'm assuming you'll draft George Kittle 3rd, 4th round somewhere in there. When are you going to draft Kyle Pitts?
I will honestly take him after whenever I see George Kittle go off the board, just because I want that positional value. I think
I'd rather wait super late and possibly get like Irv Smith.
He shows that upside for this year as a tight end to break out, even though he hasn't even had a year this year in the league. But he shows that upside already coming into it, being the number 2 option in that offense.
Right, the only one that you heard it here first.
I did not say that.
Best rookie tight end fantasy season of all time here, coming from Kyle Pitts.
I did not say
Michael
that.
Plant's mouth.
It's got to be because it's
And you told me that you're willing to take him into the 3rd round.
Absolutely. I will absolutely take him at the end of the 3rd round because my draft strategy usually includes running backs first 2 rounds. So I'll take that positional value as a tight end in the 3rd round.
All right. So
I mean, you guys should know this about me.
So I'll see Najee Harris.
Helped me win the league last year.
I'll see Najee Harris and Kyle Pitts on your roster tomorrow.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, you will. And I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I like that upside. Pair it with Derrick
2
Henry.
rookies.
Ooh.
Then you're gonna get Devontae Smith too, because why not? Let's just have.
I'll just be the rookie. I'll hoard all of them. We should probably move on to our next guy here, though, because we're low on this guy compared to ECR rankings. TJ Hawkinson. ECR has him at tight end 4. Ike's the only one that's really aligned with him at tight end 4, but then me and Dylan, tight end 6. Dylan, you want to explain yourself first?
Shit ass offense. That's
it's very blunt.
Ike, you said you didn't want any part of the Eagles offense. I don't really want a part of the Lions offense unless I'm getting Deandre Swift at a value.
That's fair.
He's still kind of banged up right now.
That's fair. He is. That sucks, but yeah.
I like Hawkinson, but I can't see it. Not on that bad of a team. I got beat too many times last year on counting on guys in bad offenses, and I'm just not going to do it again.
I keep flipping him and Mark Andrews a lot. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And I have Andrew ahead of Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have him too.
He's the number one
offense.
Yeah, and he's the number 1 option with everyone banged up in the offense. I mean, Hawkinson probably is too in that offense.
That's what I was going to say. It's hard to argue that Hawkinson's not the number 1 option.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the argument lies in the offense.
It's just hard to put some people ahead of him. Like, it's hard to put Kyle Pitts ahead of him because he's a rookie and he has to put Pitts and he has to have the best rookie season. It's hard to put Higby ahead of him or Fant.
I kind of want Kyle Pitts to flame out so we can call him Kyle Putz.
Kyle Putz.
But yeah, no, I don't know. You have a hard time drafting a running back from a bad offense. You know you're going to go take a tight end from a bad offense when they score even less points than a running back?
Who's? I like DeAndre Swift.
I know you do. You're definitely the highest on him out of us. But you explained yourself a little bit. Why do you like TJ Hawkinson at 4? Why are you aligned with the ECR?
Because he's going to get, like you said, most of the targets on the offense. And he's a big body in the red zone. If they make the red zone, you guys think they'll make it like 10 times? They got to make it sometimes, man. It's got to be at least 15.
You think it's that defense that's going to be turning the ball over and getting them in the red zone?
I mean, like I said, Washington only threw 16 touchdowns last year, so I don't know what's the over/under on the Lions quarterbacks throwing touchdowns. 16 over/under. Yeah, I don't know.
Goff has at least thrown more than like 16 touchdowns in the season every year. So
yeah, with Sean
McVay compared to caffeinated up fucking Dan Campbell.
Spirit animal, bro.
He looks like if Jared Goff's struggling, he's just gonna put on a helmet and go in and throw the ball himself.
Oh, totally.
I'm going in, man.
Bet you I could chuck this thing over them mountains.
Coach, why can't I be quarterback?
Let's jump into the next guy now. Apparently, we're just gonna shit all over this guy. Dallas Goedert. I have him at tight end 11, and I'm actually the nicest out of you guys. Mike has him at tight end 15. LaPlante tight end 17. ECR has him at tight end 9.
Michael Platt just says nope.
Can I just go first, real quick?
Go for it.
Why is he still a top 10 tight end right now, being drafted as a top 10 tight end with Zach Ertz still there?
I think the expectation was that Zach Ertz was going to be traded before the start of the season.
It was. Well, stop drafting Goddard there.
I'm pretty sure I read that actually in the preseason game, Zach Ertz got more targets than Dallas Goedert did. So why is Goddard being drafted as the number 9th tight end? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Because you're running out of guys at that point.
Yeah, you totally are. LaPlante, just let's go over some guys who we have ahead of him.
Yeah, go for it. We got. I got Jonnu Smith over him. I like the talent of Jonnu Smith, even with Hunter Henry there, because we've shown Bill Belichick's shown that he can run a 2 tight end system. I got Jared Cook at 15.
Gerald Everett at 13. Holy shit!
And I did see
breakout here.
Like you got Irv. You guys got Irv Smith really high too.
Yes, sir.
I have him 12.
10.
Yeah, I like him.
I got him 10. Yeah, last year, you seen how Kyle Rudolph was involved in the offense, and we didn't like him at all. It was like watching the Minnesota Zach Ertz. So Irv Smith, he came in when he did and showed the talent. Zimmer likes using him in the red zone, obviously, because he likes to vulture Dalvin Cook's touchdowns. Sure, you like that, Dom.
Love it.
But, you got an aging Adam Thielen. I can't see him running the offense. So Justin Jefferson's going to be the main threat here. You can only throw it to the man so many times before you have to dump it off to Dalvin Cook.
Gotta watch out for Jack Conklin, though, man.
That is the one. I guess that would be the one guy I am afraid about is Jack Conklin. But it seems like with Minnesota, you're always afraid of somebody vulturing somebody. They were the homeowners of Matt Asiata, and everybody loved him.
Matt Asiata.
They love to vulture touchdowns. Whether it's
good, man.
Irv Smith Jr. or Matt Asiata, Mike Boone. I don't get it. But I do like Irv Smith. Granted, we are looking at that range of tight ends that honestly nobody
literally
wants.
It's like from 10 to 20. It's like any of you can be this high or go this low.
Well, that's the thing right there. Like, I'm looking at it right now in the ECR. Like, you got Jonnu Smith, going as the tight end 14 for ECR. I think you got people like Devontae Parker, Darnell Mooney, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Ryan, Michael Pittman Jr. going around that. I think I'd rather have every single one of those players besides Johnny Smith. So these are all
Because he
players.
can easily lose his job to Hunter Henry or lose targets to him or whatever.
So, well, basically what I was trying to get at, though, and I agree with you. Basically what I was trying to get at is all these tight ends, it's a huge teardrop once you get past
Honestly, TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, it's probably TJ Hawkinson. I like Robert Tonyan. I'm the highest on him out of all three.
I like Higby.
I got Tonyan at 7, but it is a teardrop between Hawkinson and Tonyan and Higby and Noah Fant and all them because they are just not they're not the number 2 option in that offense or the number 1 option. Like all those guys we all have ranked in the top 6 in whatever order we got. Kelsey, Waller, Kittle, Pitts, Andrews, Hawkinson, all 6 of those guys.
The rest is just madhouse.
Well, all 6 of those guys are number 2 options on their offense. That's why that teardrop is there. Then you go Robert Tonyan and it's like, yeah, he could be the number 2 guy on that team after Devontae. But then you got Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
He didn't get many targets last year either. He just got a lot of touchdowns.
And then let's move down to Tyler Higby. You got Robert Woods. You got Cooper Kupp. So he's not even the number 2 option on that team. Let's move down to Noah Fant, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy.
2 good running backs.
2 good running backs in Javonte Smith and Melvin Gordon.
Then
we go to even Irv Smith, and I have him ranked at, like we were talking about, at 10. Irv Smith, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. He's the 4th option on that team, hands down. So these tight ends that we're talking about, in the later rounds, I mean, yeah, we have them we're calling our shots a little bit, Ike with Noah Fant, busting him at 8, Dylan he's calling his shot on Dallas Goedert apparently at 11.
No, I'm not. We're going to talk about my guy that I'm calling a shot on. We already talked about him a couple weeks ago.
But yeah, that's all I was trying to get at is
let's move on.
Once you get past those 6 tight ends, it's such a teardrop. So these are all dart throws that we're throwing at.
Let's move on to the bum Evan Ingram. I have him at tight end 17. Ike's the highest at 13. LaPlante 14, and ECR has him at 15. Ike, why do you have him so high?
He gets the targets. He just didn't get any touchdowns last year and struggled with drops, obviously. If he can figure out the drops and get a little bit more touchdowns,
he's gonna lose. He's totally gonna lose targets, though, man.
If we don't trust
Holiday, Slayton, Shepard, and Daniel Jones.
I'm not scared of Slayton or Shepard.
Daniel Jones,
yes. Barkley, yes.
Barkley. Daniel Jones stinks too, man. So how many good targets are going to be going around, and why are they going to go to Evan Ingram
when
he can't? He can't catch the ball.
He's working on it. Hopefully, you'd think.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well, one little second. We had another comment from Chosen Rose when we were having our little discussion about tight ends. He wants to know about Logan Thomas. What we think about it. Do we think he's the number 2 option in that offense?
No. If Curtis Samuel is healthy, he is. Or
Antonio Gibson. Yeah.
Or even J.D. McKissick.
The problem is with Logan Thomas. I'm decent. I have Thomas, I think, in my top 8 or 9. The only issue is Fitz is not known to target the tight end.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
One of the lowest in football.
Yeah, Fitz is known for hyper targeting 2 wide receivers. He always targets 2 wide receivers. That's why I'm so high on McLaurin this year. And Curtis Samuel's a great value too. Like I heard a story on a podcast. The Redskin. There I go again. The football team.
Man.
It's the football team.
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled.
The football team, before the offseason even began, or the regular training camp even began, they all kind of got together, high school style. They all, told each other their names and whatnot, and they wrote each other on the board, who their, 2 best friends are, who they're, who they trust the most. You know who Fitzy wrote? McLaurin, Curtis Samuel.
Nice.
Not even his offensive lineman.
McLaurin, he's the man, Ike.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you can get Logan Thomas late, yeah, go for it. But don't reach on him. You can get so much more value at a depth position at the wide receiver.
You're definitely not going to get him late.
Like jumping into our next guy, this is someone I'm taking slightly over Logan Thomas, and it's Tyler Higby. I have at tight end 7. Mike has him at tight end 7. Mike has him at tight end 8. ECR has him at 11. So we're higher than consensus.
Can we just take a moment of silence
I feel
here?
like he should
We
be
all
rising,
agreed
though,
on
in the
something, right?
ADP.
Yeah, no.
We all pretty much agreed on something right here. I think this is like the first time ever.
Higby's free now, guys. No more
Mhm.
Gerald Everett taking targets. I mean, I know some people are getting excited about Jacob Harris. That's his name, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think
Jacob
that's
Harris.
the backup tight end. I know people are talking about him, but yeah, Higby's my guy. We've seen what he's produced so many times when Gerald Everett's out of the lineup, and I think we've seen him score 3 or 4 touchdowns in a game, right?
Yeah, he's definitely had those 3 touchdowns.
Couple times.
Yeah. So Higby's my guy late. What do you guys got anything else to add?
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think his targets will go up compared to last year. Last year he only got 60.
Stafford likes throwing the tight end.
Yeah, exactly. Hawkinson last year. I mean, I mean, you had the injuries with Kenny Galladay, but you still had Marvin Jones there, and Hawkinson got 101 targets. I mean, so Matthew Stafford likes to throw to that tight end as that safety blanket underneath. He even likes to throw to him in the red zone. Hawkinson had 6 touchdowns last year, so we try and pinpoint that breakout tight end that you can get a little bit later, and you don't have to spend top capital value drafting early. And I think we can all agree that Higby probably has the most potential to be a top 5 tight end this year, and get him at tight end 11 in ECR.
Mm-hmm. That's probably. I don't have do you have ADP pulled up, Mike, by chance?
I can.
That's probably. I'm guessing definitely double-digit rounds. I'm thinking.
Probably like round 9, 10 maybe.
Well, for Higby?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good podcast in there.
It
You said it real quick, man.
is real
Come
quick.
on, stat guy.
Oh, come on! You're gonna you just throw something at me and expect me to get it done in 30 seconds when I'm doing
Pretty
it?
much.
As expected, maybe.
You
10,
get paid
15
the big bucks, bro.
I don't get paid a shit. Okay, here we go. He is in the beginning of the 10th round. I mean, you're drafting players like Malcolm Brown.
Yep. I'm all in. Higby.
I mean, Javonte Williams, you can maybe take a shot on. Mecole Hardman. These are all kind of, Corey Davis. There's our boy. He's in the 10th round there.
Corey Davis needs to be gone so much sooner.
I know.
That's so silly.
It's so silly.
That's somebody we didn't talk about, but where is what's his ECR, Mike? Real quick, let's just mention him.
Yep, Corey Davis.
I am at wide receiver.
I know he's
32.
in the 40s.
Yeah, I am at wide receiver 32. You have him at
29 for me,
and LaPlante has him at 30. I want to say he's in the 40s. So Corey Davis, number 1 option in that offense, and Zach Wilson's feeding him in the preseason. So.
Why can I find Elijah Moore higher? Okay, there he is. Corey Davis is 38 ranked ECR.
Yeah, that's.
He's creeping up there a little bit, but a little bit.
I think it's good. Yeah, everyone's kind of hyping him up a little bit.
It's about time. I mean, I know the stat out there is rookie quarterbacks don't really produce wide receiver 1s very often, but to get him in the 10th round, that's absolute value.
You don't need him to be a wide receiver 1.
Exactly.
Dude, him in the flex, man, that'd be so funny.
You can have him in your flex if you want him in your wide receiver.
Yeah, this defense.
That's okay too. Even
the defense for the Jets is not going to turn around in 1 year. They're still going to be pretty bad, I think. Definitely. So they're going to have to throw the ball.
I've heard it looks bad. I've heard it. But I think that pretty much wraps it up, guys. We're getting close to an hour here. So anything else to add? Or can we wrap it up?
I think that route, covers at least the tight end and the wide receiver portion of it.
Okay.
Okay, how about we just do a quick little minute here? You guys excited for tomorrow? It's our home draft. We do it once a year, get together once a year with all our buddies. Going on our 9th year now.
That belt's going to be mine, Sim, behind you.
that one back there?
It's coming back home.
Eating some delicious food. I'm making sliders. Pete's mate, and we're having some wings and stuff. So
I'm glad all I gotta do is handle the chips.
I just gotta bring water.
Yeah, sometimes it sucks being able to cook.
Yeah.
you get
Not for
roped
us.
into
Not
doing
for
more
us.
things. That people don't expect much from you guys. So
That's all right. Low expectations means we don't have to succeed.
But all right, guys. Well, everyone, thanks for listening. We plan on doing an episode next week. Not quite sure what we're doing yet.
And we're still trying to figure out a secure time, and we're hovering around Fridays, Saturday, or Sunday. One of these days, we're gonna nail it down where we're gonna get a consistent date. If not, it's gonna be one of those days, usually around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Cool. If anyone's drafting this weekend, like we are, good luck at all your drafts. Hit us up with any questions on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are sliding across the bottom of the screen right now. Thanks, LaPlante.
Boom.
But yeah, that does it. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Deuces.
See you guys.
Peace out.